Good morning. How are you this morning? Or good afternoon, whenever you're doing your class for your yoga class. Apparently, I'm doing yoga for dogs this morning. These are my little guys. We're going to get started seated position. So just get yourself into a comfortable cross-legged position. I recommend Sukhasana, which is easy seated pose. You don't have to do anything special for your legs. You can extend one leg out or the other leg out. You can bring it into a comfortable position. You can prop yourself up on a zafu if you have one at home. Or you can go into half lotus, so Ardha Padmasana, or if it feels more natural for you to just take it into full lotus. When you do go into full lotus, it will elevate your sits bones comfortably, so your body will sit more erect and it will allow the energy to flow upward. We're going to start by just turning our palms facing up, allowing the shoulders to roll down and back, and then just taking a nice deep breath in, cleansing breath out. And now just completing that with breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. 3 rounds. Notice if you can slow your exhalations down. And one more round on your own. Awesome. We're going to begin our practice by just doing some side reaches. So bringing that one hand up, and I want you to mirror my poses. So with this arm up, your arm is up as well. The other arm is down, and we're just going to stretch across. Exhale, feeling that lateral stretch through the whole spine. Stretch through the serratus muscles. Make sure that this bottom shoulder, make sure you're not lifting up. You want to make sure that the elbows bent and soft. Okay, let's inhale, come all the way back up, bringing that hand back down, and then sliding across to the other side. And inhale, coming all the way back to center. And again, if half lotus is not for you, please just take yourself out of half lotus. We're going to take ourselves into what's called fire log pose. So this might be where you are sitting comfortably already. Mirror so that you're having the one leg, this leg is in front. If it feels more natural for you, stacking the legs, this is also called fire log pose. And then just slowly exhale, leaning in, just getting into the stretch on this side. So the leg that is in front is the hip that we're going to be stretching. Good, slowly walk it back up. And we're going to change it to the other side. So bringing that leg up and then just exhale, folding. And then slowly coming all the way back up again. We're going to take ourselves up to standing. So please find yourself at the top of your mat in mountain pose. When we do the mountain pose, we want to roll the shoulders down and back, rock back and forth from the ball of the foot to the heel, just allowing ourselves to align to center. Feel the feet nice and soft in the earth. Feel the knees softer. And then inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Let the backs of your hands meet and exhale, fall into your forward fold. As you fall into your forward fold, let's just recognize that this is our first forward fold. And we want to allow ourselves to just soften, bend into the knees, let your opposite hand go to the opposite elbow, and then the crown of the head hangs down and fall into the place of the movement of the pose. Just taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose, just feeling your body softening, feeling your body relaxing. Notice how it feels to stretch and lengthen through the back of your body. Good, and then slowly, softly let your hands drop to the floor. Let's come up halfway, lifting up. This is Ardha Uttanasana. We're going to allow ourselves to bring the toes to slightly meet, bend into the knees, and travel up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Let's travel all the way up into mountain again. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, lead the hands back to the heart center. Let's travel through this a few more rounds. So just 2 more rounds just to find our way through this. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan diving your body down, forward fold. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your body hang down. Let yourself hang out here for at least 3 to 5 breaths. Just enjoying the feelings of stretch for your day. Then softly bringing the fingertips to the earth, coming up halfway, lifting up, bend into the knees, travel up into your soft chair. Again, elbows are soft. Our arms are not fully extended because if they do, then the shoulders pull up. Drop the hands by our sides and inhale all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hands back to the heart center. Let's repeat that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Release, lengthen, soften. And then hands to the floor, halfway lifting up. Bend into the knees, travel up into the chair. Drop the hands by the sides and inhale all the way up into mountain. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Good. Let's take ourselves through some more sun salutations now. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, drop into the chair pose. Looking up towards the hands. And now exhale, dive the body down. Forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lifting up. And now we're going to take the right leg to step back. As we enjoy the generous step back, keep the heel lifted as we move into variation 1, high lunge. This is balancing in this pose. Okay, exhale, release the hands down to the earth. We're going to bring the right foot forward to meet the left and then send the left leg back and repeat the process on the other side. Finding ourselves in Alanasana. Arms are up and in line with the hips. Hips are in line with the shoulders. Body's lifting and lengthening up right out from the back heel. Exhale, releasing the hands back to the earth. And let's bring that left foot forward or the back foot forward to meet the front. Bend into the knees. Softly come up into the chair pose. And then bring it all the way up into the mountain. Exhale, lead the hands back to the heart center. Let's carry on and working a little bit further into our sun salutation Surya Namaskar. So bending into the knees, bringing the arms up into your extended chair. Exhale into the forward fold. Halfway lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. This is Shivananda style. We're taking the right leg all the way back and dropping down onto the knee. Now, if you need extra cushioning for your knee, you're going to drop that mat all the way over, fold it over so you've got extra cushioning on the knee, and coming up into your lunge. So as we move into Anjaneyasana, this is what this pose is low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release the hands back to the earth. Okay, from here we're going to take that one leg back. So we always lead with the right back, take the left back to meet the right, lower ourselves down and inhale into our cobra. Push all the way back into child's pose and bring the right foot forward between the hands. We're ready to process into Anjaneyasana on the other side. So arms either come up, or if you do have shoulder issues, you just bring your hands to prayer position. Whatever feels natural for you. Exhale, release the hands back to the earth, curl the toe under, and push all the way through. Bend into the knees. Exhale, deep into the forward fold. Come back up, soft chair. Breathe it all the way up into your mountain. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, we're going to work a little bit harder now, taking it into our chair pose. Arms are reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lifting up, hands are either on the shins or on the floor. Okay, so shins is a little bit easier. Floor is a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging. We're going to now take ourselves into our right leg back. Turn the back foot flat. This is the most common sun salutation. We're going to inhale, coming up into a warrior lunge. Exhale, release the hands back to the earth, back heel to lift. Press into the hands, left foot is going back. Plank pose. As you find plank, we're going to lower down, 8-point position, and inhale, cobra. Exhale, back into the down dog, and then sending the right foot forward between the hands. Turn the back foot flat. Inhale, come all the way up and find the warrior one on the other side. Exhale, release the hands down, Back heel to lift and bring the back foot forward to meet the front. Find the backs of the ankles, elbows draw to the back of the room, shoulders pull up towards the pelvis and crown the head down towards the earth. Bend softly into the knees. Come all the way up into our mountain. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Well done. All right, so let's take ourselves into some standing postures now. So balancing. If you're like me, you'll want to come off of your mat for doing some balancing exercises. I enjoy always feeling myself more rooted and grounded into the earth. So we're going to start ourselves off with Vrikshasana. This is tree pose. I always, I would have to say 9 times out of 10, I will always start with tree pose because I feel it is such a grounding pose. So externally rotating the one leg out, hands are to the heart center. Good. And then when you're ready, thumbs to the shoulders, send it up. This is tree pose. This is uniquely the tree pose. Now, if you decide you want to work a little harder, the heel can be above or below the knee, or so if the heel is just above the knee, then the foot curves around the knee. It's very beautifully placed. If you want to work harder yet, bring the hand to find the ankle and bring the heel up as high as you can towards the perineum floor. And then you're in that pose. Now, hand position can be either fully extended out or side height. So whatever feels natural, maybe even hands to the heart center. Your tree is uniquely yours, just like the trees out in the world. They're all different. None of the branches will ever be placed the same. So feel that you're able to place your branches wherever they feel comfortable. Good, let's bring that leg back down and let's go into the tree pose on the other side. Externally rotate. Hands maybe only ever stay towards the hips. Maybe this is your tree today. Maybe you feel more grounded and connected by standing this way. When you're ready, decide where you want to go. And maybe for some of you who want to advance your practice, want to go into half lotus in tree pose. Okay? Your pose, you determine what you want to do and where you want to take your tree pose. Eyes should be looking down to the floor, approximately 6 feet out in front of you, or chest height. If you're using a mirror, you want to bring your eye gaze to be focused at your solar plexus or your navel center. And then if you're working on advancing the practice, you take your eyes up. And slowly exhale, bring the hands back to the heart center. We'll release that pose. We're going to take ourselves into dancer's pose. So this is going to counter stretch. So we've externally rotated the leg outward. This is going to take the leg back. And so we're going to be stretching through the hip flexor. When we first start the practice, we can do what's called little dancer's pose, where we'll extend the other arm out, the leg that's balancing, that is the arm that is out. We're gonna reach back and find the ankle. This is first variation. Now, when you see me reaching back, my thumb is pointing down, and I don't know if I'm too far away from the camera for that, but my thumb is pointing down and I'm reaching back with the leg. So it's thigh to thigh, and then the arm is extended out. That's as far as you go in little dancer's pose. The idea is to bring the heel to the bum. Now, if you are advancing it and you're going into full dancer's pose, I want you to look at my arm and I want you to do the same thing. Turn your palm facing up. Your thumb should be pointing out. With your thumb pointing out, you're externally rotating in the shoulder. When you externally rotate in the shoulder, you reach back and you find your hand on the instep of the foot, not this direction. So often happens, we see this movement coming in and we internally rotate. I want you to externally rotate. Okay, so you're getting that full extension through the shoulder, you're getting the nice stretch through the pectoral muscle, and then you're reaching out. Turn your palm facing up and index and thumb meet on the other side. So when you extend into the pose, you're reaching. Okay, so I'm just going to show you from this side. You're reaching into the pose and your body's extended forward. So the hip is turning down, not turning up. Good. Slowly bringing that all the way back up. We're going to drop that leg. We're going to bring that arm all the way around.
Okay, and without going into the other side just yet, we're gonna have the hands interlace, lift up, and send the body into standing half moon, Nitambasana, eye gaze looks up. So we're just gonna continue that side body stretch of that one side. Okay, come all the way back to center and exhale, release down. This whole side of your body should be feeling a little bit taller at this moment. Okay, let's go into the same thing on the other side. So pull the shoulder back, little dancer's pose first, thumbs pointing down with the first variation. Now, if this is the variation that you need to do today, stay with this variation. If you're ready to challenge yourself, take your arm forward, palm faces out and thumb points out away from you so you know the direction of where you're going. Travel that arm all the way to an external rotation. Keep the palm facing up. Do not turn your hand down. If you turn your hand down, you internally rotate. We want to stay with the external rotation and reach back for the foot. The hand is on the inside of the foot. Okay, then turn the other palm facing up and add index and thumb. So your index and thumb touch, and then you'll reach into the pose. Okay, lifting in the leg, reaching into the pose. Good, slowly coming out of the pose, bringing both feet to meet, hands interlace, and then stretching across. Good, come back to center and exhale, hands to the heart center. All right, those are our two balancing poses. We're now going to take ourselves into our last balancing pose, but this one we're going to need the yoga mat because we're going to go from balancing eagle's pose to our warrior pose. And it's a beautiful mix of exercises. So you're going to come down into your 3/4 chair, taking our one leg. So the leg that's closest to the camera, I want you to take that around and drop. So you can keep the toe on the floor. If you want to advance the pose, wrap the foot all the way around the back of the calf muscle, keep the hips square, hands meet, and then open up into your cowboy surrender arms. So the arm that's closest to the camera, again, you're going to take underneath, elbows cross, wrists cross. Send the hands underneath the chin. My balance is off today. And then exhale, slowly lowering down. And you'll see my back is C-curve spining. That's what you want. You want to create a little bit of a C-curve spine and dropping your elbow to your thigh. And if you want to advance the pose, then you've got to bring the bum down. But if your bum is in the air or your heart is higher than your head, you have to change it so that your head is up. It's considered like thinking man's pose in eagle. Then slowly from there, we're going to come up, keep the elbows meeting, take that leg all the way back, turn the back foot flat, and you're right into your warrior two. Arms are up, elbows are towards the ceiling. Okay, we're going to sweep those arms all the way around, bring the hands behind us, and work into a chest expander in our warrior pose. Okay. Slowly bring the hands all the way forward and back into our warrior one. Open up into the warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Straighten out the leg and move into the triangle pose. We're going to exhale, release the hand down, work the hands back into pyramid. Bring the hands forward, back heel to lift, drop down on the back knee, and twist. Prayer hands meet, and twist it out. If you want to work harder, stay off the back knee, and you're in your twist. Bring it all the way back, and let's repeat the process now on the other side. Bend into the knees, travel up into chair, arms are out, cowboy surrender, opposite leg crosses, balance, wrap, arms go underneath. The elbow that's underneath is the same leg and same arm. So if you are doing the left side of your body, your left leg is on top, then your left arm should be on the bottom. They should be meeting.
Okay, exhale, lower down. C-curve spine, tilt your pubic bone slightly forward. Fists are underneath the chin. Hold into the pose. Now, if you want to advance the pose, make sure your bum comes down and your elbows go over the knee. Slowly coming up, lead the elbows up, lead the leg back. So turn the back foot flat, lead the elbows up. Bring the arms back behind you, chest expanded. And slowly bring it all the way back up, warrior one. Open up into the warrior two. Straighten out the leg. And back triangle. Bring the left hand down or the top arm down and move into your pyramid. Bring the hands forward. Back heel to lift, drop down. Bring the hands back. Bring the back foot forward to meet the front. All right, we're going into pigeon pose. If you're in pigeon pose and being in a reclined position is not for you, or being in a prone position is not for you, please lay over on your back. We're going to be taking the knee up on the outside of the right wrist. Walk the leg back. And then just moving into swan's pose. Okay, just dropping down. We're going to take that back up. And in prone pose, you can do this. In reclined pose, you're going to have to bring yourself up into a seated posture, sweeping the leg around, and then exhale, we're twisting. So just coming up to a seated posture if you are in a reclined position and doing the twist with us. And make sure that your foot is on the mat. We're going to bring this around, sweep, flip, and go into our down dog, the opposite side of our mat. And now doing our pigeon pose on the other leg. So this way you're able to see from both directions of how that placement is. Your hips are square and then lowering down. And we'll walk it back up. We'll lean over on that hip, sweep that leg around, and you're in your twist again. Hug and twist. So the opposite hand is hugging the opposite knee. Bring that hand in as close as you can to move into that twist. And we're going to spin it around once more, finding ourselves in our down dog again. And then moving into a prone position, finding cobra. Lowering down, bringing our hands back, bending into our knees, finding bow. Lower down, push all the way back, and go into child's pose. we're going to take it now into a reclined position, taking ourselves down nice and slowly. Bases of our feet are going to meet. Grab a hold of the sides of the legs and roll right down into reclined butterfly pose. So as we go into reclined butterfly pose, we're going to stretch the arms overhead just to get a stretch through the back of the body. So through the arch of the body, I want to get a nice stretch. Good, and then slowly from here, we're going to bring our bases of our feet flat to the mat, walk the heels back, and then just do a slight pelvic rock until we find a neutral spine. Okay, and then slowly, we're going to use our arms as levers, slowly peel the spine up as we press the hands down towards the feet. So now we want to think of our fingertips almost dusting on the heels as we're in bridge pose. Now we're going to lift and lower the body in bridge. So as your arms are going up, I want you to think of your spine dropping down to the mat, nice and slow. So then by the time your spine meets the mat, so have your hands. And then slowly begin to peel the spine up as the arms go up and over top the body. Use your arms as your levers to lift your spine higher. Press into the hands to lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Keep your hands by your side this time. And exhale, lower down, vertebra by vertebra. Now bring your hands to your hips and begin to heel toe your feet wide to the side seams of your mat. We're going to drop the knees over to one side. It doesn't matter which side you start with, as long as you're doing one side and that your knees are not meeting your ankles. So you want to make sure that you're kind of like, almost like the swastika symbol. And I often say the swastika because it's swastiastu, which is the actual symbol for Buddha. So unfortunately, a very good symbol got in the hands of a very bad man. All right. We're going to bring that foot up on the top of the one leg, on the outside leg. So the leg that's internally rotated, we're putting the foot on top of that internally rotated leg. Okay, let's remove the foot now and then bring it back to center and drop the knees over the other side. So that internal rotation now is on the other leg, and we bring the foot across and place it on top. Getting the stretch. It's a great stretch for your QLs. Okay, come back to center. Rock the pelvis. Now heel toe your feet in. We're going to now just bring the knees in towards the body softly. Your fingertips are just dusting on the tops of the kneecaps. Okay, so this is all about just releasing in the sacrum. We're going to rock gently back and forth. And now we're just going to allow ourselves to come center, take the legs wide and circle around. Switch the direction of your circle. You can place your feet flat to the mat. Drop the one knee out to the side and then extend. Relax that hip, just feeling that whole hip and that leg relaxing. And now dropping the other leg out to the side and then extend. Let the feet flop out. Let your hands lay by your side. and preparing your body for Savasana. As you prepare your body for Savasana, I'm just going to allow you to focus on relaxing your eyes, softening your gaze. Just going to change out our music here. Just getting ourselves onto our next music. There we go. Okay, so just allowing ourselves to really take a moment to take a deep breath in, cleansing breath out. Deep breath in again, cleansing breath out. And then just softening your gaze, maybe closing your eyes. The importance of Shavasana is to really relax the body, but be calm enough so that the mind and the body can stay connected. We aren't allowing ourselves to fall asleep, but just to truly feel rested. Relax into your feet, relax into your ankles, the sides of your legs, the backs of the knees, the tops of the thighs, the backs of the legs. Relax the hips, relax the buttocks. Feel your internal organs softening. Feel the sides of your rib cage relaxing. And relax your whole body. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms. Feel your jaw relaxing. All the facial muscles softening, giving into the space behind the eyes, the temples, the ears, the scalp. Let your whole body feel comfortable and relaxed. Find yourself concentrating on your breath as it moves in easily and effortlessly. Yourself to find that breath easily and effortlessly. Knowing there's nothing to do, no place to get to, just enjoy this moment. This moment of today. Today is here. And begin with a smile. Resolve to agreeable and not to criticize. In our mind, let's refuse to waste the valuable time that we've been given. Because we know that each one of us has today. And today has one thing that we know we are equal with every other person on this planet. And that's time. All of us draw the same wage in seconds, minutes, and hours. Today, we will value the time because the minutes lost yesterday are a vanished thought. Today, we will refuse to spend time worrying about what might happen. Instead, we will spend time making things happen. Today, we will be determined to study, to improve ourselves. For tomorrow, we may be needed. Today, begin by doing. For in 1 week, we will be miles beyond the person we are today. We will not imagine what we would do if things were different. They are not different. So we can make success out of whatever material we have. And today, I want us to stop saying, if we could find the time, or if I only had the time. Because we will never truly find time for anything. If you want time, you must take it. Today, let's act towards others as though this was our last day on earth. Do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow never happens. So live for today. Love today. Feel yourself smiling joyfully inside, because you know that today is the day. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead, waking your whole body up. Good. Bringing yourself into a nice little hugged position, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. Rocking yourself a quarter of an inch on either side of your spine until you come all the way up into a seated posture. And when you've made it your way to your seated posture, just bringing your hands to meet me at the heart center in Namaste. Namaste is a tradition that is used in Indonesia, all across Indonesia. It's a simple prayer hands. It's used in North America as well. Namaste means the light in me greets the light in you. It's a way of honoring ourselves, our inner self, our higher self, and those that are around us, because we are all one. Have a great day, you guys. Namaste. Thank you so much again for joining me. We'll see you next time.